The federal government, through the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, has commenced moves to ensure that official government documents classified as sensitive are not leaked to the public. The Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, in a memo uploaded on the website of the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, which was dated February 19, 2024, said the leakages of such documents have become embarrassing to the government. As such, become unacceptable. Furthermore, permanent secretaries are advised to strongly warn all staff against leaking and circulating official information and documents, as any officer caught engaging in such unbecoming act will be severely dealt with in line with the relevant provisions of the public service rules and other extant circulars. It will be recalled that in recent times, there has been an increase in the leakage of sensitive government documents in the public space. Recently, a memo from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, revealed plans to allocate the sum of 500 naira as allowances to members of the Tripartite Committee on Minimum Wage as set up by the federal government. Also, a memo about a huge amount of money to be allocated as subsidy for Hajj, which purportedly emanated from the office of the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, was seen in public space. In a related development, civil servants in Niger State have declared an indefinite strike over the failure of the government to meet their demands. The civil servants, acting under the umbrella of the state chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress, have presented some demands to the state government, which the NLC said the state reneged upon, stressing that its doors are still open for negotiation. The Congress, in a letter to Governor by the chairman, Idris Lafene, and the chairman of the Trade Union Congress, Ibrahim Ghana, said the strike would begin 8 a.m. on Wednesday, February 21, 2024. And some federal civil servants working with the federal government have confirmed that the government has started the payment of the November 2023 wage award. The payment of wage awards to Nigerian workers was one of the deals agreed upon by the organized labor and the federal government as one of the ways to mitigate the effect of the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol. However, the government at the time suspended the payment of the wage award, a move which was criticized by activists and other stakeholders. The development came amidst reports that the government had slashed the wage award allocation by 100 billion naira in the 2023 supplementary budget. The Nigeria Labour Congress had described the government's action as dishonorable, while the Trade Union Congress also urged the government to pay civil servants wage risk action. The federal government says it has begun the payment of withheld salaries of lecturers under the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Director Press in the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Bawa Mokwa, who confirmed the development to journalists, stated that the government released 2 months' salary arrears to the affected lecturers at the weekend, while another tranche of 2 months' salary was slated to be released to them shortly. He noted that the government had resolved to offset the 8-month salary arrears of the university lecturers who embarked on an 8-month strike under former President Muhammadu Buhari. The OAGF spokesman assured the lecturers that the remaining 4-month salary arrears would be settled, but did not say when this will happen. And talking politics now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's Special Assistant on Public Communication, Frank Shaibu, has alleged that the refusal of the All Progressives Congress-led federal governments to react to recent reports on return of petrol subsidy shows that public funds have begun going into private pockets. Shaibu said this in a statement reacting to reports by the IMF that the Nigerian government had begun paying petrol subsidy again. Media reports stated that monthly subsidy payment is nearly 1 trillion naira, which exceeds the amount that was being paid monthly by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. Reacting to the controversy, Shaibu said it had become clear that one of the reasons that Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited had not been paying the required amount of money into the government's account was that monies were being diverted under an opaque and secret subsidy regime. Now, on security matters, the Rivers State Police Command has confirmed the death of a wanted cult leader, Gift Okpara, aka Tubaba, who was declared the prime suspect in the gruesome murder of the divisional police officer of Awada Division, Bako Agbashim, in September last year. It will be recalled that Agbashim was ambushed, captured in Odiemudie community in Awada East local government area of the state by the cult gang, who dismembered his body and filmed it. Since the death of the gallant cop, the command has been on Okpara's trail with constant land and air bombardment and the various hideouts of the Iceland cult leader, even as some of his lieutenants were reportedly gunned down. According to the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Ringe Koko, intelligence reports revealed that the wanted cultist was killed in a recent joint security raid in Iduekwe community, Ahwada East local government area. Enrique Koko, a superintendent of police, also said a human skull, assaulted rifles, explosives, and various charms, amongst others, were recovered during the last raid in his new hideout, which culminated in his death. Meanwhile, there has been reported jubilation in the Ahwada area of the state following the killing of the infamous cult leader, whom they said kept terrorizing communities in the area and demanding various sums of money from households, with severe negative threats for those who didn't give in to his demands. Some of the residents who spoke in separate interviews with correspondents said flood has further worsened after damper on Tuesday. Residents of Oguntade area of Alimosho local government area of Lagos State have called on the state and local government to, as a matter of urgency, help in solving the flooding problems in the area. Residents after this Tuesday early morning rain said the issue of flooding in the area has become a nightmare that needed urgent government intervention. Agboje Ihoria has details.
Heavy flood at the Oguntade junction of Alimosho local government area prevented residents from going out of their homes. Different types of waste, especially parks, littered the roads and drains, an indication that the drains are filled with waste. Lamenting over the situation, some residents of the area blamed it on improper management of waste by residents.
That's one of the major issues, like people pour refuse anyhow, they don't think about stuff like this, and when it happens, they suffer it. So the best thing to do is just to make a proper trashing, do a proper trashing, put refuse in the right place, and the thing is no good. Yes. All those things where they go on now, it's no good.
While expressing fears on what the future holds for them this rainy season, the residents called on government to expand the drains in order to accommodate more water.
The water shelf, they know deep. When they come out, they stop anybody, carry the tea, come here. Just if they come here, this is not to pay for us. The government help us, you see our people know to see our house, you. Baba, show down.
If urgent steps are not taken by government to solve the problems of flooding in the area, some residents may be relocating to other areas. iBrandTV reporting for iBrandTV News.